This week there's a Pump It Up Phoenix tournament in Spain. I'm going to be participating, and as a part of it, the organizers sent me a questionnaire to fill, and I think it's going to be a great exercise to go through this document. I had a glance. I don't think I ever thought about some of these things or where do I fall into, my skill set and things like that. So let's go through it together. This may be fun. The nickname is unchanged. Yay. It's gonna be no name, full name. I'm not gonna give my full government name because it's a mouthful to pronounce, so I'm just gonna do my usual. I do not know how to blind type. Nationality. That's an interesting one. Age and gender. 31. Female. Starting year in Pump It Up. I think it's 2008. I can't see my keyboard from here, and that clearly shows. That was a long time ago if you think about it, but I try not to be too hard on myself for playing on and off. First version and location. So technically, the first time I ever played was on Nextage, but that was at the age when my parents wouldn't let me go somewhere by myself. It was like a, cool dance machine thing. So technically Nextage 2, but I'm gonna put an X because that's what I started playing in 2008 when I came to Pump to actually practice for the first time. Highest personal achievement in Pump. I'm gonna put WPT 2019 tournament, and I think that's what I'm actually the proudest of. Highest personal achievement. I've been thinking about it for, I don't know, good 5-7 minutes. I don't know what my highest personal achievement is. I don't think I have a single thing that stands out in my life in that way. I can't think of anything measurable. I feel like there's been a strain of many smaller successes, getting out of bed today, moving countries, doing things that I enjoy, which sounds easy, but it was actually a whole battle. So I don't think I want to boil everything down to one thing that I made, because for me it's multiple things that I find exciting, but to me they're all equal and they're all absolutely random. To simplify this a little bit, I'm gonna put organizing WPT tournament because I think that's the one that had the most impact on other people, hopefully positive. And for my highest personal achievement, I'm gonna put 38th place on the big one. I understand it's not top 10, top 5, but to me, go there and participate, especially with so many incredibly good players, was a highlight, and it was definitely an achievement. Just, knowing that you're not gonna do well and showing up, to me, that's quite good. I'm gonna leave it at that. Preferred footwear, make and model. So that's gonna be Puma. Active gaming footwear. I'm gonna say version 1 just in case, because I've seen there's newer models. They may be the same, but just to be clear, this is the pair that I've been wearing for a few years now, and this is the pair of shoes that I took to the big one, the biggest and the most important competition I've had in my life, and I swear by them. A curiosity plane Pump It Up that makes you unique. I'm not sure what that means. Curiosity plane pump that makes you unique. I will answer this as this is a question as to what makes your interest in Pump unique. Seeing how a game brings community together. When I saw Pump for the first time, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So that's what got me into the game. But what I stayed for is seeing how there's a community that is a result of people being united by a game. It's amazing. Obviously, it's not unique. In that way, there's many other games that bring people together, but there was something special about Pump, definitely. It was a very small community, especially in Ukraine, and it's just when you travel to other countries, people meet you almost as if you're a family. There's so much trust, there's so much kindness, and honestly, it's irreplaceable. Being in Pump community gave me one of the best memories in my life, and I will cherish that until the day I leave this planet. Let's get to know your playing style a little more. Mark with X a maximum of 5 skills that you like and or are good at. All right, we have twists, runs, gimmicks, brackets, drills, stamina, foot speed, timing, sight read, slow read. Oh god, I don't know if anyone can be good in sight read because some charts are not meant for sight reading at all. Obviously, people with more experience are going to be better at sight reading, but there are charts that you just can't sight read. Let's start from the beginning. Definitely not twists. Definitely not gimmicks. I'm just going to mark them with a minus. Drills, I mean, I can do them, but I'm not particularly great at them. Foot speed, absolutely yes. This is something that I take pride and joy in. Run, I'm not great in runs. I'm okay with runs, brackets, love them. I'm not necessarily great at them, but I definitely love them and I love doing that. Stamina, hell yeah. Timing, people will disagree with this because my timing is not where it should be, but I think I have a good baseline. And I'm gonna say slow read for the sake of it. I can't do, 1x stuff, but when things get slow and a little bit more crammed together, I can read it because when I used to play Pump in the past, I played without a bar because that was a standard at that time. So during that time, I learned to read the charts at a slower speed. It doesn't mean 1x, but we're talking like 3x, 3.5, things like that. So that is a no for me. I could say sight read, but honestly, I played a chart last week and it humbled me. Let me see what was the name of it. The name of the chart is Chaos Again, and it's the least friendly sight read chart I've seen in my life. This is, mind you, this is single 15. I played it on 670 AV, which is quite high for me, and I got 56 grades, 11 goods, 3 bads, 4 misses, and barely any combo. So you tell me if I'm any good at sight reading, but this chart was absolutely insane. Right, back to the document. Favorite chart single. Ooh, Dream to Nightmare. I'm not going to capitalize it. Single 23. Double further 17. Is that how you spell it? I think it's still day 21, but it could be a 20 now. There's so many good single charts. I used to love Vacuum Cleaner a lot. I'm gonna put up and the 20 right. I do like a further S20, and then for the doubles, I don't play that many doubles to be honest. I'm gonna put Sarabande D20 because I think it's quite an original chart. So many more good charts, I just can't think of them. And I feel like most of these fall into prime time mostly. To remember how the hell do I write further? Bilingual problems. Is it further or further? Father. Further. Further. S22. Further. There's an R. Favorite chart single? Dream to Nightmare S23. Up and Up. I'm gonna kick X1 out. Oh, this is so hard. Okay. Another one of my favorite charts is Kokugen. Labyrinth. I really don't pay attention to the names because I'm just like, oh yeah, I remember the picture. I remember the picture. And if the song is in Pump for less than 2 mixes, I just don't remember the name. I'm gonna put it as Labyrinth. I think that's how everyone knows it. Beautiful chart. Amazing. Freaking love it. All right, so favorite chart single we have Dream to Nightmare S23, Further S22 Labyrinth, S24. Further for doubles we have Further Up and Up D20, Love It, and Sarabande D20. It's given a lot of prime charts. All right, and finally your pad preferences. Which side you prefer, sensitivity, depth, rebound? Oh, this deserves its separate video. So we have quite a few options here. I prefer to play player 1 at this moment, only because there's no pump machine on my left at Babylon and it's just less noisy. I don't think I have a preference on which side to play. I've spent years playing on the right side, I've spent years playing on the left side, whichever is better in terms of the pad condition but also the noise around it. Okay, and then we have a few options. So I think this is 4 categories. So we have how deep we prefer our buttons to be. Honestly, never measured that. I base it on sensitivity. I would go with the middle option, and I think it kind of covers like all the basics. So I do not like pads that are at metal level. Flat pads don't give me tactical feedback. and I rely on it a lot. I get lost on the pad because it becomes completely flat, but also I don't have any surface feedback, and I don't mean me feeling like the brackets or anything like that. No, I mean when I press the button, it doesn't move, it doesn't bounce back, it feels like as it doesn't even bend inward. For the depth of the buttons, we have few options. We have stock depth, we have medium depth, and at metal level flat. So stock depth, huge no-go for me, because the stock pads, especially with LX cabinets, are extremely insensitive. They're way too deep. They're terrible for bracketing. That's a big no-go for me. Medium depth, I think, is the best one for me. So I prefer slightly modified pads. So I'm gonna put a huge X right here. And when the buttons are at metal level, when I'm playing on a flat surface, for example, I played on Happy Feet's pads, I felt like I was playing on concrete in a way that, you know, it's very sturdy. And when you step on it, nothing happens. There's no feedback. It's just the ground. It doesn't move. It doesn't shake. There's no feedback from the button. The button doesn't slide within its slot, and it doesn't like lift up after you lift your leg. So there's like many things that don't happen for me. Personally, I'm not a fan, but I know that many ITG players would prefer this. And yeah, to each their own. The next one is actually a little tricky because the sensitivity of the pads normally goes hand in hand with how pads are modified, whether the buttons are raised. So I would say that in 80% of the time, they're intertwined. But let's go through the options. We have high sensitivity, ITG-ish, medium, stock pump, and then low sensitivity DDR. So low sensitivity DDR sensors, I actually played on those when I played pump. And no-go, big no-go for me. So I would say I fall in between stock and ITG sensitivity because ITG can be extremely sensitive with FSR sensors when you can literally regulate how sensitive you want your sensor to be. I'm gonna put two crosses here simply because I'm falling in between the two. So I don't think I like them as sensitive as ITG can be, but I also don't like them medium. I wonder if this document is going to be used to actually modify the pads, so they will find the middle ground for all the players from these questionnaires. That would be really cool. All right, and then strong rebound, medium rebound, no rebound. Again, I think this falls into the first category as well because your rebound directly depends as to how you go about your acrylic buttons. I'm going to say medium rebound. No rebound happens at metal level. And then strong rebound, yeah, it can happen on stock pads. But honestly, most of the time, I feel like rebound is moderate. And then slide-in pads, balance slide grip, grippy pads. I assume we're talking about the grip on the pads. Is it slippery or is it grippy? How do you like it? I would say I fall in the middle and I try to regulate from there what I need. I play with baby powder if it's a very straightforward chart with very little twists, especially when it goes above S21. I would prefer just to drown in baby powder and play like that. But if it's a twisty chart, I would prefer to have a little bit of grip to allow me to push myself from the bottom into the twist. And I don't like grippy pads at all because I feel like I need to push my legs into the buttons, and it feels like it takes me effort to put my leg up when there's so much grip going on. All right, that's the questionnaire. Thank you for joining me. I hope it was fun. I don't ask myself these questions, and especially with the favorite charts, it's like when people ask you, oh, what's your favorite song that you like to listen to? Or like, I don't know, it changes every month. I can't wait to go to Spain. I think it's going to be great fun, and it would be nice to go to a tournament that is slightly smaller than a big one because that was a lot of pressure, and it would be great to meet new players as well. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.